Hello, good morning everyone. Am I being heard?
Yes, sir. Good morning po.
Good
Good
morning po, sir.
morning, Miss Katuba. Good morning, Miss Cervantes. It's currently 9:32 in the morning, and I have two participants in this meeting, being Miss Arian Joy Cervantes and Miss Abigail Katubag. Um, I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I hope everyone had their breakfast already. And let's start the discussion, I guess. Yes, let's start. So our topic
Sir,
for
sir,
today,
excuse po.
yes, Miss Arian.
Your audio is not that audible po.
Okay, okay. Am I being heard clearly now?
Ayan, sir, better. Thank you po.
Thank you. Okay, let's proceed with our topic for today. So our topic for today is question words that ends with ever. So for the beginning of our lesson, may I please call on Miss Abigail Katubag to read the short story presented on the screen.
Yes, sir. The Old Man and the Little Cat. One day, an old man was walking in the forest when he suddenly saw a little cat stuck in a hole. The poor animal was struggling to get out, so he gave the cat his hand to help him out. But the cat scratched his hand with fear. The old man pulled back his hand, screaming with pain, but he did not stop. He tried to help the cat again and again. Another man was watching the scene and said, "For goodness sakes, stop helping that cat. He's going to have to get himself out of there." The old man continued to help the cat anyway until he finally succeeded. And then he turned to the other man and said, "Son, it is a cat's instinct that make him scratch, and it is my job to love and care."
Very well read, Miss Katubag. Thank you very much again. So this story talks about a old man helping a little cat, regardless of what other people, or in this case, the other man said that he should stop helping the cat because it's a cat. It should help itself. But the old man didn't listen to that person because, as he said, it's the cat's instinct to make him scratch or defend himself, and it's the old man's job to love and care. Now, to relate this to our topic, um, these are the question words that ends with ever. So first, what are the question words? So the question words is what, which, when, where, who, and how. So we also have why, but that won't be relevant in this one. But in this six sets of question words, in these six sets of question words, everyone has ever. So adding ever to a question word, which in this case, whatever, whichever, whoever, whenever, wherever, and however, um, adding ever to a question word means that the result doesn't always matter or the process doesn't matter. So, in order to relate this to our topic, um, I'm gonna show you some examples of um, using the question words that ends with ever and describing the short story read by Miss Katubag. So in our first example, whoever helped that little kitten, they have a kind heart. So let's pretend that we didn't know that it's an old man. We only know that someone helped the little kitten. Um, in this example, whoever, meaning that it doesn't matter who the person who helped the little cat or the little kitten, as long as they help the cat, they have a kind heart. Is that clear, everyone?
Opo, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Again, we use ever and we use question words plus ever to emphasize or to tell that what happens or what the process is doesn't matter or doesn't always matter, rather. So our next example is I hope the little cat is now safe wherever he might be. So as long as the cat or the little cat is safe, it doesn't matter where the cat is. Okay, for this turn, may I please call on Miss Cervantes? Can you please give us an example of using the question word with ever in a sentence relating to the previous short story?
Um, the the old man must must have helped so many animals whenever he walks in the forest. Well,
Very good, Miss Cervantes. Thank you very much. So from Miss Cervantes' example, it doesn't matter when the old person or the old man is walking. So the time doesn't matter since when determines time. So it doesn't matter what time, what day, or what month, what week, or what day in the week the person is walking in the forest. As long as they're walking in the forest, they must have helped so many little animals whenever or every time that they walk in the forest. So for our next um, short story, may I call on Miss Abigail Katubag? No, I'm sorry, Miss
Uh, yes, sir.
Arian Cervantes rather. I'm sorry. Cervantes, can you please read our next short story?
My Pet Dog by Josephine Nola. When I was 4 years old, I had a little dog named Benny. He was a faithful dog to our family. He used to take care of me when I was little. Mother always trusted Benny because he was never known to leave me or allow anyone to touch me. One day, when I was in the house playing with my dolls, Benny was not with me. I knew that the back door was open and I could get outdoors without being seen. So I got my dolly all dressed up because I was going to take her too. I put my coat and hat on and started off. My dolly and I got outdoors and had started down the lane to the canal when I felt something pulling on my dress. I looked around and there was Benny. Oh, how angry I was. I slapped Benny, but he knew I was doing wrong. He pulled me home. When I got home, mother and my grandmother were looking for me. When they saw Benny pulling me, they gave on scream and ran to me and Benny. Benny wagged his tail. Mother put me to bed, but she gave Benny a big piece of meat.
Thank you very much, Miss Cervantes. You read that very well. So again, this story talks about a pet dog named Benny who doesn't leave a little girl alone. Benny stands as a bodyguard, or rather a caregiver, to the little girl, because as we all know, a child being unwatched or unsupervised by an adult is always a risk. So in this case, they have a pet dog named Benny to watch her instead of always being watched by their parents, mother or grandmother. Um, so to relate this to our topic, again, we're I'm gonna show you an example sentence using question words with ever, and that relates to the short story. So for our first example in this story, the little girl wants to go outside. However, Penny doesn't agree with that. So the use of however here is the contradicting in the sentence. So this, however, contradicts that the little girl wants to go outside, but Donnie doesn't agree with her going outside. Again, however, is used to contradict two sentences or two sides. This is somewhat different to the rest of the question words that ends with ever, as it's um, separating or opposing or giving a different view than the others or than the rest question words. So for our next example is whichever you look at, mother and grandmother are mad. So it doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't matter which way you look at, whether it's the perspective of a child, a father, or a just a bystander. They are both mad that the little girl had tried to go out without permission or escape. So again, may I please call Miss Katubag? Can you please give us another example of the question, a sentence that contains the question words with ever that talks about the previous, the said short story?
Okay, sir. I'll use the question word whatever. So here's my question po. My sentence rather. Whatever the consequences are, the little girl is decided to go outside.
Yes, thank you very much, Miss Katubag. So again, it doesn't matter what the consequences are for the little girl. As long as she has the will to go outside, she will go outside. Was that clear to everyone?
Opo, sir.
Okay, again, I just want to remind everyone that there are still different uses of these question words, these six question words that ends with ever. So the first, whatever is used to determine an event or happening, while whichever is used when there are multiple options, more than one, of course. Whoever is used to determine person, and whenever is a time, and wherever is place. And again, we use however to contradict two arguments or sides of the story. Was that clear again?
Opo, sir.
Thank you very much for responding. So for your assignment, I will be posting a short story again in our classroom, and your job is to make your own example of using question words with ever to make your own sentences, rather make your own sentences while including the question words with ever and still relating to the story. So if anyone has a question, you can tell me now or message me later so I can entertain you. And our discussion is quite short, but I hope you all understand and you learned something. Is there any more questions, or is there any questions from you guys? Is there any question?
I have none po.
I thank you very much.
No questions din po.
Thank you very much. Again, I hope you all learned something from our today's lessons. That is all from me. I hope you have a, a nice day for the rest of the day. Again, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.
Goodbye,
Bye po.
sir. Thank you.